Hello everyone and welcome to my video. I'm the Carvel and today I'm playing Pokemon Picross. Yeah, today we'll see if we can play through the game properly. The problem I will see here is, that the game itself is more using the bottom screen, so that could be a problem. We have to test that a bit. Also have to use that. So it depends. We will test this right now and see if we can make it work properly or not. Yeah, what I did. Important is I used two cheats because the thing is the eShop on 3DS was already turned off, so you can't get extra pick rights and such. And also I want to get around that time limit you have there, so you can probably play it without having to wait, otherwise Let's Play wouldn't be possible properly. So I thought, yeah, why not go normal for it like this. Okay, then let's go. So welcome to the world of Pokemon Picross. My name is Professor Tetra. I'm doing research on Picross and Pokemon. It's nice to meet you. In this world you can solve puzzles called Picross and catch Pokemon. Isn't that great? Yeah, that's how I got to know about Picross. How I got to know Picross at all. But yeah. Whoa! Are you excited? Do your best and catch a lot of Pokemon. What are you waiting for? Let's set off on a journey to find Pokemon. What? You don't know how to play Picross? That's okay, I'll teach you step by step. Let's start with the first puzzle. Step by step. Okay, the thing is, I hope it can be seen properly on the top screen as well. We'll see it. Okay, So, oh, here you are. Welcome. First, please select a method for controlling Picross. If you can't decide, I recommend stylus control. No, I want buttons. That's what I prefer in this game, honestly. Because it is a bit more accurate, especially if you have a smaller model of the 3DS. In my opinion. That way you can misclick as easily. Okay, you ready? Then I'll get started on my Picross explanation. Picross is a puzzle in which you fill in squares to complete an illustration, using the numbers as hints. It's like a picture puzzle. These numbers show how many squares on a particular row you can fill in. These numbers are called hint numbers. For example, the 5 here represents that you can fill in 5 consecutive squares in this on this row. The rule is the same for vertical rows. For example, you can fill in 3 squares and then 1 square. Just listening makes you sleepy, right? Let's fill in these squares first. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hope it is fine like this. Problem is I don't have an overlay to have the screens the other way around. But yeah. Hope you can still see everything properly. But yeah. I made you remember maybe how I played Mario's Picross. The rules are the same, but the controls are better in this game, in my opinion. Great. Next, please fill in these squares. The point is that you'll skip a square between the numbers. Yeah, I actually want to mark that as that I shouldn't fill it. Great, perfect. Oh, attention, please. Here, what do you think will happen if you fill in this empty square. Correct, the squares will be connected and you can't fill in the squares as the numbers suggest. Place an X where you shouldn't fill in, just like this. It will be useful later. Yeah, it's just explanations at the beginning. Later on, we can do it more freely. We could also skip the explanations, which is nice, but yeah, because it is a let's play, I will read it all. Okay, perfect. Placing X marks is one of the keys to Picross. You'll want to keep it in mind. Move on to the next step. Pay attention to this row. The X you placed earlier now comes in handy. Thanks to the X you placed, the top two will fit just fine. Oops, yeah. Correct. That's the power of X. Well, I didn't know we were doing math now, but okay. Isn't that great? We don't know how to fill in the bottom part of the row yet, so let's focus somewhere else. Look, you can fill in these two rows. Fill in a square, leave one, and fill in another. Place an X between them two. Okay, so let's see. Do you see the difference here? I'm placing X, and now I could just hold A and move through the whole line. That was possible at Maris Picross. And that's what I prefer here. The other way around, it works exactly the same too. That way you don't accidentally fill in more than you planned actually. Or at least it is a bit easier to fill in the lines. And also really nice is that it grades out the numbers that you already completed. That way you know which line you are already done with, or which numbers. That simplifies it a lot. So yeah, in my opinion, they improved it here. See, the picture is getting clearer. It's nearly done. Next, take a close look at this row. The hit number is 3. That means you know what to do, right? Let's place more X marks. It's almost done. Go ahead and finish the rest of the picture by yourself. Okay. Yeah, no, I would never take this long for this riddle. But yeah. Okay. Woohoo! Congratulations, you solved the puzzle perfectly. Here's a reward for you. Yeah, those pick rides. Yeah. We'll just do it a bit differently here. But that way, we can play the whole game without any problems. It won't make a big difference. After all, we still have to solve the riddles normally. These are called Picross. They are rare stones with magical power. Look, aren't they beautiful? You can do various things with them, so look forward to using them. They will be useful for your future journey and to find Pokémon for sure. Picross is a puzzle that you can solve for sure if you think carefully. You don't have to rely on instinct alone. Even if you get stuck, just look at it carefully and you'll find a clue to solve it. Keep it up, solve the next puzzle. Okay, so we have a Pokeball. Yeah, for now we have items, but later on it will be different. Okay. Alright, let's begin the second puzzle. Next, I'll explain a super useful technique. I call it edge power. You know, we should pay attention to the row containing hint number 5, as we did in the first puzzle. Now fill in the squares, yeah. Great, take a look. look at the filled squares vertically, and you can see that all the bottom squares were already filled. This is a great chance. For example, look at this row. The filled square at the bottom corresponds to hint number 2. So there's one more square that you can fill in. Give it some thought. You know, right? Okay, then let's fill in the square. Remember to place an X as well. Yeah. Oops. Correct. You figured it out instantly, right? You must have wondered about the other rows too. That's right. You can also fill in all the hint numbers at the bottom for all the square vertical rows. Let's fill in all of them. Don't forget to place X marks too. Really? Why couldn't I place that extra additional X? After all, the line is already completed. Look, now you have a lot of filled squares and X marks. Edge power is great, isn't it? You've come this far, so you'll be okay. Please finish the rest of the puzzle on your own. Okay. Next one done. Great, you solved the puzzle perfectly. Oh yeah. Like last time, I'll add to your pick rights as a reward. Make sure you keep them safe. Why don't you go on and give the next puzzle a try too? Okay. Of course. This is a bit bigger. Okay, let's start the third puzzle. From here on, the size of puzzles will be much bigger, 10 by 10. The bigger the puzzle, the more fun it is. So keep it up, use the techniques you've learned and you'll be fine. First, check the entire grid. Once the game starts, identify an area you can start working on. Before you try looking for a hint, number 10, there's something I want you to know. Observe this row. Observe the Homo sapien. They're all small numbers, but look closely. They fit perfectly in the 10 square row. So even a row that has only small hint numbers, might fit perfectly in a row with 10 squares. Keep your eye peeled for rows like that. Please fill in this row now. Okay, pop quiz. There's another row where the numbers fit perfectly in 10 squares, even though the row only has small numbers. Which row is it? Square the puzzle for it. Did you find it? The correct answer is this row. Now please fill in the squares. Next, let's fill in squares on the easy rows with 10 and 0. You know how important X marks are, right? Okay, give some attention to this row. The number at each end is 1, so you can mark X marks next to the filled squares. Now place your X marks. Next to the X marks you place on the row with 0, there's a space where you can fill in 2 squares on the left. Two squares won't fit on the right, so I bet you know how you need to fill in the space on the left. Let's do it. I'm glad when those explanations are done. Okay. You've come this far, so you'll be fine. Remember about edge power and go on and finish the puzzle by yourself. And there we have an egg. Okay, great, you did it. Congratulations. Also, by the way, sorry, I maybe haven't seen the chat because, yeah, the chat just reloaded if you sent something. Great, you did it. Congratulations. Here's a reward for you. Of course. Are you getting the knack of Picross? Let's move on to the next puzzle. Yep. Okay, let's solve the fourth puzzle. You've got a super useful... I've got a super useful technique to share with you. Check it out. First of all, check the grid. Where can you fit all the numbers? Oh, there's a row with 0, 2. But wait, I'm going to explain a technique for using big hint numbers to fill in squares. As the size of this puzzle is 10 by 10, 6 and up are considered to be big hint numbers. A number bigger than 6 is... it's here. When you fill in squares from the left and then from the right, there are squares that can be filled in both times. You can fill in these squares no matter how you fill the whole row. So please fill in these squares. Correct. If there is a hint number bigger than half of the size of the puzzle, there is at least one fillable square for sure. There are other rows with big numbers. Can you tell which squares you can fill in for sure? Go ahead and fill in the squares. Correct. Even if the numbers of squares doesn't match the hint number, you can still fill in some squares. Great, right? Oh, there are other big hint numbers. There are squares you can fill in, whether you place fill squares and X marks from the top or bottom. Fill in those squares now. Yeah, nice. Why can't I put an X there? It would help. Impressive. You've made a lot of progress. These are the points to remember. Start by finding perfectly fillable rows. Rows with 0 and big numbers. Even without big numbers, you may still be able to find squares you can fill in. For example, look at this row. Look at the diagram below. There are squares. There are squares you can fill in for sure, right? But take note, there is a square where the 3 squares and the 4 squares overlap. But this is not a square you can fill in for sure. An X may be placed on this square, so look at the diagram below carefully. Did you get it? Now please fill in this row. Next, check this row. All the hint numbers are 1. If there is one filled square, you know you can fill in the squares right above and below it. Place X marks on them. Yeah. Thanks to these X marks you placed, you can fill in 2 more squares on this row. Do you know where they are? Did you figure it out? Please fill in the squares. Great. Alright, look at this row. The number is 7, so the squares between the filled squares is, you know, right? Let's fill in the square. There are squares that you shouldn't fill in on this row as well. Do you know which ones they are? Now place X marks on the squares you shouldn't fill in. Next, look at this row. It has only one hint number, 4. So you can't fill in the space where 4 squares won't fit. What will you do to squares that you're certain can't be filled in? Try that. That is correct. You should place an X mark. I've explained different tips so far, but the most basic things to remember for Picross are the following. 1. Look for squares you can fill in for sure, and then fill them. 2. Look for squares you can't fill in for sure, and then place X marks. Repeat these 2 techniques to solve the puzzle. You've got it now, right? That wraps up my advice for this puzzle. You're on your own to finish solving it. Okay, thank you. Okay, here, that. Yeah, mistakes can happen. Okay. Now repel. Great, you did it. Congratulations, I knew you had a talent for Picross. Here's the reward. Okay, you're becoming a Picross expert. Let's move on to the next puzzle. Finally, it's the 5th puzzle. This is the last Picross puzzle in this lab. I won't give you any more advice. You're all set without advice from me. Use everything you've learned so far and clear this puzzle. Good luck. Okay. And look what we have here. A Pokédoll. Woo! Congratulations, you succeeded in solving the 5th puzzle. As before, I'll give you Picross as a reward. You've done really great so far. You know, you have a knack for Picross. At last, it's time to set off on a journey to find Pokemon. Let's head to the outside world. Okay. Now, your journey to find Pokemon is about to begin. I will give you wonderful gifts to celebrate your departure. Ta-da! Squirtle and Eevee. Take these 2 Pokemon. Pokemon will support you with their various skills. They are very helpful. Even though you may collect Pokemon, you can't take them with you unless you set them in one of your party slots. Interesting that it isn't 6 here, but okay. Try setting the Pokemon in your party slots. Oh, sorry. You can only set 1 Pokemon in your party for now. Considering I've given you 2 Pokemon, you may as well increase the number of your party slots. Let me give you your Picross as well, because it will be more fun if you can take more Pokemon. Okay, let's increase the number of your party slot openings. Okay. I have 2 available slots. Set the 2 Pokemon I just gave you in the slots and try the next puzzle. Okay. So, by the way, there are also tasks that is important. We always have tasks here that give us extra Picross. I mean, for us, the Picross aren't that necessary now, because we're using that cheat to speed up the game a little. But yeah, there you can also collect them. And yeah, that was the main way you could do it if you didn't want to spend money on the game, because the game itself was for free. But yeah, so we have to clear in 5 minutes. We have to select. We have to have 1 Pokemon, water Pokemon on our team here, and also complete all missions at the same time. All right. Are you ready to start solving Picross puzzles with Pokemon? Pokemon you set in your party will help you with their skills. There are different Pokemon skills, so try using them as much as you can. The skill of the Pokemon I gave you, Eevee, is Rising Reveal. It reveals part of the grid to show as correct answers. It's a great power. Keep in mind that Pokemon with these reveal skills can usually use them only once at the start of the puzzle. Okay. And they're tapped. So Eevee uses its power. This is random here, but yeah. Squirtle's skill is Blue Force. Use Blue Force and the color of hint numbers in some rows will turn blue. Pay attention to those rows, because the rows have hints to help you solve the puzzle. Yeah, those numbers are actually for rows that where you can fill in some where you can easily fill in some squares. So yeah, or use X marks. The rows with blue numbers have at least 1 square you can fill it or place an X in, so look for it very carefully. Let's use the skill right away. I didn't want to use it actually, but okay. From now on, Pokemon will always help you out like this. You're not alone, so you can do it. Okay, like this. Oh yeah, those blue numbers are also time limited, of course, so you can't use them forever. And there we go. And we got Pochiana. Okay, and we got some Picross for that. I solved all the missions, so that is completed. You can see the crown that marks that we have all missions done. Great, you caught your first Pokemon. Congratulations. Yeah. Celebrate, let me give you some more Picross. Oh, there's one thing I want you to remember about Pokemon skills. Some Pokemon that have used their skill run out of power and won't be able to move for a while. If your party has Pokemon like this, please be patient, or if you use Picross, you can help them recover immediately. Or you can switch these Pokemon with others. Let's take one you just caught, Pochiana. Now let's move on to the next puzzle. But yeah, let's quickly move that. But yeah, we are done for this episode now though. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please like, subscribe. Also check out the other playthroughs on my channel if you want to watch more. In the description you find a link to Linktree where you can find all the profiles, link to this channel, including the Twitch channel where you can watch me stream live, and also the polls where you can vote for the next games I'll play, and the players use on the next eFootball stream. And if you have any wishes, questions, or feedback, then write it in the comments, and I'll make sure to read and reply, and I hope to see you next time again. Have a great time. Bye bye.